This week at NASA.
Please give them your applause. They've done an amazing job.
Team PipistrelleUSA.com of State College, Pennsylvania, flew away with the largest prize in aviation history, $1.35 million, at NASA's Green Flight Challenge in Santa Rosa, California. Both Pipistrelle and second-place winner eGenius flew their all-electric aircraft 200 miles in less than 2 hours, using just over the equivalent of a half-gallon of fuel per passenger. That was twice the fuel efficiency requirement of the competition, conducted by the Comparative Aircraft Fuel Efficiency Foundation and sponsored by Google. It represents the dawn of a new era in efficient flight and is the first time that full-scale electric aircraft have performed in competition.
Electricity is not only a viable, but in fact a beautiful way of powering these airplanes. When our airplanes fly overhead 2,000 feet up, we cannot hear them. When they fly by, they are no emissions. The power to recharge our batteries came from a geothermal plant powered by geysers near Santa Rosa. This is absolutely incredible.
The technologies demonstrated may end up in general aviation aircraft, spawning new jobs and new industries for the 21st century. This prize competition is part of the NASA Centennial Challenges program, part of the Space Technology Program, managed by the NASA Office of the Chief Technologist. The 3-member Expedition 29 crew of Commander Mike Fossum and flight engineers Satoshi Furukawa and Sergei Volkov continues preparing for the October 29th undocking of the Progress 42 resupply craft from the International Space Station. Its replacement cargo vehicle, Progress 45, is scheduled to arrive at the ISS on November 2nd, carrying 2.5 tons of food, fuel, and supplies. Expedition 29 is scheduled to expand to 6 crew members 2 weeks later, with the arrival of flight engineers Dan Burbank, Anton Shkaplerov, and Anatoly Ivanishin on November 16th. Fossum, Furukawa, and Volkov are scheduled to return home on November 22nd. New measurements from the Herschel Space Observatory show that Comet Hartley 2, which comes from the distant Kuiper Belt, contains the same kind of water as Earth's oceans. Scientists theorize Earth started out hot and dry, so that water critical for life must have been delivered millions of years later by asteroid and comet impacts. Until now, none of the comets previously studied contained water with the same chemical signature as Earth's. However, Herschel's observations of Hartley 2, the first in-depth look at water in a comet from the Kuiper Belt, may help explain how Earth's surface ended up covered in water. Results from a NASA-led study shows unprecedented depletion of ozone protection in the area above the Arctic. Prolonged, unusually low temperatures in the stratosphere last winter are responsible. The study also shows that ozone destruction in the Arctic this year is comparable to that seen in the Antarctic, where an ozone hole has formed each spring since the mid-1980s.
The compliance with the Montreal Protocol has limited and really halted the increase in ozone-destroying substances. Those substances that destroy ozone have very, very long lifetimes of many years. It will be many years in the future before those go down to levels where we don't have a lot of ozone destruction.